Hi guys, my name is Boris and this is my first video about various instruments. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably watched quite a few videos about tools on YouTube, and one common thing that I've noticed in those videos, well, first of all, they're great because it shows every man's dream, the large tool set, all the shiny tools, the pride of a man cave, stuff like that. But the only problem with that is, if you're watching this video, most likely you are not a professional mechanic or contractor or anyone who requires that large assortment of tools. And all you really need is probably a few basic tools that can help you with the housework or with some minor tasks. So, over the past few months, I've assembled this tool bag and it came in pretty handy. A little bit about myself. I'm not a contractor or an electrician or an HVAC service person. I work in an animal hospital and I do a lot of service pretty much everywhere. I'm usually the go-to guy for fixing anything, starting from, well, you name it. So anyways, this tool bag I've assembled based on a few principles. First, I don't like to carry a lot of tools with me. I just like to carry what I need. Well, the obvious problem with that is since my task can involve pretty much anything, I don't know what I need. So most tools here serve more than one purpose and they are relatively inexpensive. So I guess let's get started. First and foremost, the tool bag itself. I've tried a few tool bags from various manufacturers. Obviously, if you're a pro, you might want a tool bag made by Klein or by other. I honestly don't know which other manufacturers make them, but anyways, those professional handbags, they can go for a couple of $100s each, and that's not necessarily what you might need. So I came across this Black & Decker tool bag. It's actually designed to hold their Matrix Quick Connect system, which I don't have, but the bag itself was sold at that time on Amazon for about $17 or $18, and it measures about 18 inches long, about 8 inches wide, and it's 13 inches high, and it has a sturdy plastic base, which makes it, I guess, a little bit more durable. I'm not sure if it's water resistant or waterproof. I haven't dropped it in the pool yet. Hopefully never will. But it serves my purposes. It's very roomy. It has pockets all around. And again, for 18 bucks, why not? It comes with a shoulder strap. The only thing I don't like about it is it's made out of plastic. So it looks to me like it might snap if you overload it. Didn't snap on me yet, hopefully never will, but either way, at some point I will be changing the strap and the carabiner to something that's made out of metal. Okay, well, a little bit about the tools that are in it. They were very carefully selected. I bought them from various places, but primarily from Home Depot, from Sears, some from Amazon, and a lot of them I actually picked up on various garage sales. Now again, I'm not a professional handyman, so please keep that in mind when or if you decide to follow my advice on selecting tools. Okay, so now the tools that I have, I will actually start by showing you very handy, in my opinion, organizer that hosts a lot of small tools and various knickknacks. So it's made by HDX, and what I really like about it is it's double-sided. You can store one set of tools on this side and another set on the outside. I picked it up at Home Depot for $9.99 and really happy with this investment. It feels sturdy. I've dropped it a few times. It didn't break open. Don't take my word for it. Don't throw it off the building. But anyways, I'm very satisfied with it. So let's see what's inside. Oh, before I go any further, the thing I like about this particular case is it has those little plastic dividers that you can put in various slots, thus configuring this organizer box to your needs. Now, as for the contents, magnetic stud finder. It's actually a very cheap but surprisingly effective model. It has two very strong rare earth magnets, and it's actually magnetized to the metal, I believe, washers and nuts that are on the other side in the other compartment, so it's a little difficult to take out with one hand. I will still try. Oh, there it is. Yep. Has a little leveler on the inside. Again, two magnets. Picked it up on Amazon for $9. For those of you who don't know what the stud finder is, essentially it's an essential tool to check if the wall that you're about to drill has anything metallic behind it, such as pipes. Now, it does not detect wires, but it did save me a few days ago from drilling right into a metal pipe that was running behind the wall. So the shelf that I was about to hang could have probably cost me whatever it costs to tear down the wall, replace the pipe, and repair the damage. Yeah, really strong magnet. So I like it. I think it's worth having. My next compartment holds various screwdrivers and screwdriver bits, attachments for the power drill. Again, it's depends on what type of tasks you do. It will obviously change the content of the box of the stuff that you carry. I just picked the things that I use the most. So I have this extension bar for screwdriver bits. It's made by Milwaukee and it's comes handy. Another very useful tool that I found is a 90-degree adapter for screwdriver tools, for screwdriver bits. It allows you to drill somewhere where normally you would probably have difficulty fitting your drill in. Like, for example, if I want to drive a screw right here and I can't fit my screwdriver, you can just use that. It hooks up to a power drill or to a screwdriver that accepts hex bits, and I was surprised how well it functions. It's made by Milwaukee. It costs about $19 in Home Depot, and that's definitely a tool that you should consider keeping in your toolbox. Right here I have some spare Allen keys. Some of the equipment that I had to install comes with its own little set of hex keys, and I don't throw them out, I just save them. I do have two separate sets. One is metric, one is standard, and it's just a good thing to have around. Have a tube of crazy glue. You never know when that might come in handy. Have the hex set, nut drivers. This set is actually quite old. I picked it up at the garage sale for something very cheap. I don't remember what. I believe it's made by Denali. It served me well. Again, if you're a mechanic or someone who's definitely more involved with the trade than I am, then this is obviously not enough for you. But for basic tasks, it will serve you well. This device is an attachment to cut off metal pipes. I've only used it once, but since it's compact and I had some extra space here, just throw it in. Again, you never know when you need it. I have a cheap multimeter. I picked it up at Walmart for about $2 when it was on sale. Obviously, most modern multimeters, they are digital, they have way more functions than this one, but for me it's perfect, because all I ever use it for is to check if the battery is dead or if there's a current in the outlet that I need to change. I have my electrical tape, which I actually don't have a lot left, so I'll probably need to replace it soon, and some Teflon tape if you need to do some basic plumbing, like attaching a garden hose or something. Various electrical wire connectors. By the way, if I mess up on the name of a tool, please feel free to correct me. I'm learning, but not that quickly. This particular drill bit set is tiny. I would say it's probably something the jeweler would more likely to use than I am, and I keep it just in case, you never know. I have my Swiss Army knife, I have this little chuck for those tiny drill bits, I have my scalpel blade. I do have access to a lot of old surgical instruments that are decommissioned and cannot be used for surgery, so they are scheduled to be discarded. Never do that. Even though you can't use it for surgery, you can still use it for woodworking or for your side projects. Oops. Okay, now close this side of the box, flip it over, and voila. This side of the box I've configured to hold all the nuts, bolts, screws, anchors, washers. Again, depending on what type of tasks you do, you can obviously configure it, decide what you need to carry with you at all times. Since I don't know what life will throw at me, I just carry a little bit of everything. Have my toggle bolts, come really handy when you're hanging something on the drywall. Various hooks can make very nifty storage solutions for a lot of things. Staples for my staple gun. Yes, rubber grommets or rubber washers, I don't remember exactly. Picked them out, picked this whole set for $1. And again, you never know when you might need it, and but when you need it, you really need it. I have various blades. Again, what I have here, you might not necessarily have, but if you do come across expired surgical blades, take them. They are razor sharp, and most likely for whatever you're doing, you don't need them to be sterile. Okay, so this concludes the tour of my, I guess, knick-knack organizer. I'm gonna fast forward and lay out all the tools that I have in my toolbox and go over them. Okay, so this is the tool collection that I usually carry with me in my bag. It got me where I need it, but again, depending on what you do for a living and what type of tasks you perform, this set might be too much for you or not nearly enough. Depends. One thing that didn't lay out on this table, partially because there's not enough space, is my set of zip ties. I use them fairly often, and I think it's a great thing to have in your toolbox. They're very cheap. I believe this initial set was about $5, and I've added a few other random zip ties and put them in the bag, and I keep them with me. They come in handy more frequently than you would think. I don't use a lot of power tools in my line of work, but one tool that definitely is worth investing is a good drill. This is Craftsman Bolt-On 20-volt cordless unit. It's actually the first cordless drill that I've ever owned, and I'm really happy with it. For those of you who don't know what Bolt-On is, it's a series of instruments made by Craftsman that has replaceable attachments in the end. And I will try to show you exactly what it is. Okay, so comes with a power base and comes with various attachments. You can browse their online catalog and see for yourself, but I only bought one for now. It's the hammer drill attachment, which I think is a great investment because surprisingly the original attachment that came with it was this. And if you look at the speed, it only spins at about 800 RPMs or rotations per minute. For those of you who don't know the difference, is essentially the faster the drill spins, the faster you'll drill through whatever you need to drill through. And this is what came with the drill. I don't ever use it because I bought this one. This is a hammer drill attachment. If you notice, in a regular mode, it can spin from 0 to 1600 RPM, which is almost double of the original attachment that came with this drill. And it also has a hammer drill function, which is primarily the reason why I bought it. Hammer drill function is essentially a function on the drill that allows you to drill through harder surfaces like concrete or other tough structures with much ease. Again, I think it's a really good investment to buy one of these, especially since when I bought it, this attachment cost $29 and the drill set cost $69. So for about $100 you get yourself a really good drill that has a lot of expansion options. Let me put it together. Okay, so this is, again, I'm not affiliated with Craftsman or with any other store or brand. I just happen to like this product, so I figured I'd mention it. The battery lasts for quite some time. I've had this unit for, I would say, close to a month, and I only charged it once when I first bought it, and it's still running. So we'll see. In here I have various pliers. I bought them all at various garage sales, so they do have some rust and show some signs of wear and tear, but they're pretty good. This pair of pliers, I don't know who made them, but they seem really old, but they're still very sturdy, so I keep them in my toolbox. Various needle nose pliers, wire cutters. Forgot what the name of this thing is. It's some, guess, an adjustable wrench made by Denali. Also garage sale, very cheap, but it's a good instrument. Adjustable wrench or monkey wrench. I picked it up at Home Depot on sale for $10.99. I haven't used it for any of the tough projects, but it came in handy a few times. This little instrument, I picked it up on garage sale. I honestly don't know what I can call it. It's a hammer, pliers, rasp. It feels very good. And it's a pretty sturdy hammer. So since it's always good to have something that you can grab, a pipe, let's say, or a nut, it's a good thing to have. In addition to all the pliers, have a little hand saw in case you need to cut off a piece of, like a small branch or a piece of wood or drywall. I believe this saw was originally designed for drywall. So it comes with a little protective sleeve so it doesn't shred your hands and the contents of your bag. Industrial stapler. I forgot what the name of it was, but it comes in handy when you're securing, I guess, when you need to hang a banner, or you need to secure, I don't know, honestly. I've used it mostly to hang various banners and to reupholster a chair. Works really well. A screwdriver that accepts hex bits. It's very sturdy. I keep it just in case. This is a Husky set of stubby that consists of a stubby screwdriver and various screwdriver bits. I've had this set for about 5 years and it's served me pretty well. As you can see, some bits wore out or broke, so I replaced them with the Milwaukee Impact Ready bits. I haven't used them that much yet, but they seem to be holding up. And I have a little screwdriver that's used for for repairing eyeglasses. Don't use it very frequently, but hey, you never know. And last but not least, 2 different sets of drill bits. The brush that I'm holding in my hand, I use it to clean off my drill bits from all the dust, shavings. I like to keep them clean. So this is a DeWalt set of titanium coated drill bits. I've been very happy with it. The 1364 bit I broke yesterday, unfortunately way before I could film this, but it was my mistake. But this set served me pretty well, and as you can see, this brush helps to keep it relatively clean. And last is, this is actually an interesting little project that I'm really happy I put some time in to do. This case actually contained Milwaukee screwdriver bits. which I bought at Home Depot on sale for $20. And I used most of those screwdriver bits to replace the broken set in my Husky set. Okay, so I really like the case, and at the same time I also had a set of spade drill bits as well as a set of masonry drill bits that did not come with a case. So I have, with some modifications, I have repurposed this particular case to hold them. That's what it looks like on the inside. Again, it's much easier to open when you have two hands available, so keep that in mind. Okay, so this particular case, one thing I really like about it is the way you store your drill bits or your screwdriver bits. The railing or the sockets, they can be angled, so you can easily access whatever drill bits you want. And I bought a set of Bosch Daredevil spade sets after reading a lot of good reviews about them. I honestly haven't used spade drill bits that much, but a few times that I've used these, they literally cut like hot knife through butter. And I really like it. And on this side, the two spade drill bits that didn't fit on the other one are here. And they have the hex tips, so they fit perfectly in these little caddies. And the last set of drill bits that I bought off of Amazon for $20 are the DeWalt masonry drill sets. They come 6 in a pack. They come in this little pouch, which is, I guess if you don't have anything to store your drill bits, it's better than nothing, but I prefer to have them stored in a hard case where they're definitely protected. So after cutting this pouch a little bit and folding it, it fits perfectly in this case. And also, since this pouch is soft, it protects the other drill bits from getting damaged, hitting each other. So this concludes my video. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please feel free to comment, because I really appreciate the feedback. Oh, almost forgot. The leveler, indispensable tools when hanging anything on the wall, like pictures, shelves. Saved me a lot of embarrassment. And this little magnetic dish. The good thing about it is it's magnetic, so you can clip it to your belt, the carabiner, and if you're, for example, changing a light fixture and you have a lot of little bolts, you just put them here and you don't have to worry about losing them. Very handy device, cost about $5 on Amazon. Again, Amazon served as one of the primary sources for my tools, and it comes in handy, and a little knife. Alright, that's it guys, thank you for watching and hope to hear from you.